carefully, Leonidas. Xerxes conquers and controls everything he rests his eyes upon.
I can make you rich beyond all measure.
All the God King Xerxes requires is this, a simple offering of earth and water, a token of Sparta's submission to the will of Xerxes.
I will make a warlord of all Greece.
A beast approaches. It was King Leonidas himself who provoked it.
We must be diplomatic.
And of course, Spartans have their reputation to consider.
Choose your next words carefully, Leonidas.
Madness. Earth and water. This is Spartans! What is your profession?
Manufactured by 300 years of Spartan warrior society.
Is this all of them?
As you ordered. 300.
To create the finest soldiers the world has ever known. Yugogi, as it's called. Into the hot gates we march.
Submission.
Into that narrow corridor we march. Where Xerxes' numbers count for nothing. Funneled into this narrow corridor.
The idea of kneeling. Now that's a bit of a problem. Spartans! Ready your breakfast and eat hearty. My king! Oh! But tonight, we dine in hell! We fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength. Today, no Spartan dies! Persia! Each Spartan takes the mantle with his left. No mercy! By the neck. With shield. Wave after wave of Persian attack. Smash against Spartan shields. Come and get them! In the end, Spartan's strength was the warrior next to him. A single weak spot, and the phalanx shatters. Push! Spartans! Prepare for glory! We will use our superior fighting skills and the terrain of Greece herself to destroy them.
We do what we were trained to do, what we were bred to do, till the death on the battlefield, in service to Sparta, what we were born to do, was the greatest glory he could achieve in his life. For more than glory, such mad hope, but there it is, against Asia's endless hordes, against all odds, we can do it. We can hold the hot gates. We can win. No sleep tonight. Not for the king.
Pray to the winds. Sparta will fall. All Greece will fall.
I saw those ships smashed on the rocks. How can this be? There can be no victory here. This battle is over, Leonidas!
Hundreds leave. A handful stay.
This battle is over when I say it is over! Why do you smile?
I've fought countless times. Yet I've never met an adversary who could offer me what we Spartans call a beautiful death. I can only hope, with all the world's warriors gathered against us, there might be one down there who's up to the task.
There is no glory to be had now! Only retreat or surrender! Or death! But that's an easy choice for us! Arcadian! Spartans never retreat!
Taught never to retreat. Never to surrender.
Spartans never surrender! No retreat! No surrender. That is Spartan law. And by Spartan law, we will stand and fight! And die.
Sparta wages no war at the time of the Carneia.
Sparta will burn! Her men will die in arms, and her women and children will be slaves or worse.
Then what must a king do to save his world when the very laws he is sworn to protect force him to do nothing?
It's quiet now. It is not a question of what a Spartan citizen should do, nor a husband, nor a king. Instead, ask yourself, my dearest love, what should a free man do?
What shall we do?
What can we do?
What can you do?
We march. For our lands, for our families, for our freedoms.
Combat with your shield, or on it.
Yes, my lady.
We march.
I will erase even the memory of Sparta from our histories.
The old ones say we Spartans are descended from Hercules himself.
The world will know that free men stood against a tyrant.
Old Leonidas gives testament to our bloodline.
That few stood against many.
His roar is long and loud.
Why, uttering the very name of Sparta or Leonidas will be punishable with death.
A new age has begun.
The world will never know you existed at all.
An age of freedom.
All his 40 years have been a straight road to this one gleaming moment in destiny.
We are with you, sire! For Sparta! For freedom!
There's one radiant clash of shield and spear, sword and bone and flesh and blood.
To the death!
And all will know that 300 Spartans gave their last breath. It's an honor to die at your side. To defend it.
It's an honor to have lived at yours, my love.
Our king, Leonidas! Leonidas and the brave 300!
This is D7 on Surviving End Times, and it looks like Trump has just signed an executive order that will help states and cities start to collect people off the streets. This is a red alert, because although it is being put out there like it's to help cities and states get the homeless off the streets and into treatment centers, there's a lot of red flags and a lot of big questions that come with this. I want you to also be aware that Homan and his ICE teams are going around the country collecting people, illegal migrants, at the moment. But when they lock this place back down because of the next variant or whatever it is, those same teams will be used to go out and collect purebloods and anyone that doesn't want to take that mark. So what we have here, obviously in this country, is a big situation where homelessness is spread far and wide across the country. We have a lot of vets that are out there that are not on drugs. We have people living out of their vehicles all over the place. Camps popping up in parking lots, and not only in this country, but in other countries. We've seen it in Canada as well. So Trump says this is going to help them get these people off the streets and get them into treatment centers. Well, what are you going to treat them for? Being poor? Being homeless? What are you going to treat them for? When they're just poor and homeless, there's no other way around it. Yes, there's a ton of people downtown in many different cities that are on drugs, folded over, but they don't care about them at all. And you know this. This isn't about caring whatsoever. They've never cared. The same ones that want to sweep Epstein under the rug and protect all those people are doing this. And you want me to trust it? You want me to think that it's cool and it's okay? I don't think so. I see the bigger picture. Again, Homan's ICE teams that are rounding up everyone. When bird flu or whatever it is gets put upon us, and this place gets locked down cold again, and it's actually a deadly event, and you know people that die in it and all that, it's going to be a game changer. All those that say they're and claim that they're purebloods are going to be really tested. Real test is going to come. And it's going to be gunpoint from these same teams that are rounding people up, and they have camps all along the border that they've built. They're really not even utilizing large scale, because they're shipping the people straight out of the country and other places. So these camps are sitting there, brand new, large scale, everything we ever warned you about with Jade Helm. But that was just a conspiracy. Well, by the stroke of his pen, the Gentile Messiah has just signed this executive order that will help the states and cities get anyone off these streets and into their camps. And that's the truth. No other way about it. Join me on the main.
Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, and fear to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kadash. And as you can see, man, the word of the Lord is not returned unto him void, and everything that the prophets in the house of David, the elect, us men, the warriors on the front line has been saying from day one, is now coming to pass. It's now being fulfilled. It's now being revealed. You know, Lord said nothing hidden that shall not be revealed and come to surface. So men's hearts are failing them for fear. People are showing what side they're really choosing, right? The devil is coming down with great wrath because he knows he has a short time. See, we don't have a short time. That's the thing about us. Time is on our side, man. So, you know, we have the patience. He has the faith and patience of the saints. And this is all the prophecies that have been written is now happening, man. 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16, right? And those that fear the Lord, they shall be tried as gold, and they shall be revealed, they shall be known who they are. So that's what's happening. They're coming up against their own citizens, which we're citizens, just like Paul. Paul said in Romans, he was like, yo, I'm a Roman. I'm an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. And because we're saying the same thing, we're in the same predicament. We're in the same trial seat. You know what I'm saying? So they're coming up against the pure bloods, like he said, the introduction. They're coming up against the pure bloods, which is ultimately the elect, the house of David, the chosen ones, those that are still faithful, those that haven't defiled their temple, and those that haven't taken the mark of the beast. You see? And you have a lot of false prophets, false witnesses saying it's not mark of the beast. All right? It's either a yes or a no. And so more and more prophecies are going to come to pass and be fulfilled. And before you know it, right, if you're following these false prophets and you're deceived, you're going to be misled into the lake of fire, into damnation, into hell, into the pit, which is being digged for the wicked. Everything that's happening right now is for the wicked. You have Thailand. There's rumors of war. They're going to war with one of their neighbors, you know, Thailand over there, and the Asians, the Asiatic peoples, right? Because nation shall rise up against nation, kingdom against kingdom. You know, be signs in heaven. The wisdom shall be increased in the latter end, you know, and that's what has taken place. This is what's happening. So the Lord told us as the prophets, as the apostles, to rejoice in all these things, to rejoice that, you know, we're going through betrayal, we're going through being hated of all men. You know, like Dave said in the Psalms, I am an alien to my family, to my loved ones. They don't even really know me. They don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy, man. So this is all part of us entering in through the straight gate, entering in one at a time. It's so narrow, it's so difficult that only one person can do it at a time. You see, so we're crying out in the night, in these dark days, this dark time of the truth. We're crying out. You know, the enemy's coming like a flood. The enemy's gonna come in like a flood with these draconian laws. You know? So Lord said he's gonna lift up a standard against them. So the standard, right, is those that are making a stand and doing exploits. We're not submitting to wicked laws, you know, and stuff like that. Right? It's heavy, man. So Esau, the heathens, they know they have a short time. Their system, their kingdom, their everything. Because of us awakening and coming into our power and coming into our belief and faith, that's what's crumbling it. Because even Hitler said, he said, once the real Jews wake up to who they really are, then that would be the start of the Third World War. So we're in the Third World War. This is the Third World War. And Hitler was a Jake. You know, If you ain't in the spirit, you shouldn't be watching this video, man, because things are going to be said that's going to make you really question your reality. It might make you go crazy, because Lord said you can't put new wine into old bags, so because it's going to burst. So people that are all about this world and they're just old, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, this, man, there's a heavy precept. Lord talked about that in the new covenant, how they shall be wanton when they get old, and they're gonna sin. All right. And that's what's happening to this world. Not just people, not just men and women, but also this whole world. This whole world. So call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yashai. So this is the watchman. I'm the watchman. We're watchmen. We're the watchtower. We're watching the signs. We're watching the prophets come to pass, and we're warning you of what's to come next. This is what's coming next. Like a thief in the night, when you least expect it, these things are going to take place. 1 Timothy 5:11. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Yahushua, they will marry, having damnation, because they cast off their first faith. So when people, not just women, when people cast off this faith and this truth and this way and this ideology, this belief, this way of life, this way of thinking, understand that this world isn't going to endure forever. It's coming to an end now. We have to detach, we have to leave, we have to forsake. They don't want to detach, they don't want to leave it. They want to stay connected to it. You see? So it says having damnation because they have cast off their first faith. You see, their first faith, their first love. And that's what a lot of people have done. They've chosen other things other than this word, these prophecies. Revelation 2 and verse 4 says, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. You see, you've left the first love. Heavy, man, heavy. So let's go to the Apocrypha. You gotta come back to your nature. You gotta come back to your identity. You gotta come back to your culture, who you truly are, who you really are. And that's when you'll be able to set yourself free and others free from all the spells, the curses, the illusions of this matrix, man. See, Neo took Trinity because he knew that what was going on in the life he was living wasn't real, wasn't right. You see? And that's how a lot of people are. The people are shunning our hand. They don't want to take our hand. They don't want to be in a covenant. They don't want to be in allegiance with the Lord. You see? This is 2 Esdras 14:10. For the world hath lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. You see that? Old. It's passing away. The Lord said, heaven and earth shall pass away. People that are of the world, of this kingdom, they're going to pass away. But those that do the will of God are going to abide forever. We're going to remain. We're going to continue. We're never going to cease. We're never going to die. We're going to live forever. We're going to be immortal. We're going to have victory over the beast, over the image, over the mark, over all the spells, right? Over all the death, all the slavery and oppression. We have the victory over it, man. That's why we rejoice. That's why we are glad that these things are happening. Sirach 11:16. Error and darkness had their beginning together with sinners. You see, error and darkness. And that's what they have. They have the spirit of error. They don't have the spirit of truth like how we have it. That's why no one has the same mindset of us. You see? It says, and evil shall wax old with them that glory therein. See, they glory in this world. Vainglory. For shame. Sirach 14:17. All flesh waxeth old as a garment. For the covenant from the beginning is thou shalt die the death. See, thou shalt die the death. That's the covenant from the beginning. But now the new covenant, this everlasting covenant, is what will never going to die. Behold, the days come. 2 Ezra 13:29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. He's going to deliver his elect that are crying unto him day and night. We're praying to him ceaselessly. Cease without ceasing, praying, continuously begging and beseeching the Lord to end with it and to send back his son and destroy this world. Judge the world. Judge the heathen. Judge the 2/3. You see? Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Shah. And this is the Rakah Kodash. This is the true Holy Spirit. If you're not in the Spirit, you're not in the Lord, man. You're in the world. You see? You just give up. You don't last. You don't endure hardships. You see? A lot of people, they just go back into the world. That's what's happened to a lot of our people, and it's sad, but it's the truth. 2 Ezra 8:63, behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of thy wonders, which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me. So no man knows the hour or day when the Lord's coming back. But guess what? What we do know is the signs and symptoms. The signs of it's very near, even at the door, like the Lord said. Even at the door. That's why the Lord said in Revelation, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and let me in, I will sup with him. But a lot of people, the Lord and the Holy Spirit is not welcome. They say, no, I don't. See, there was this woman, right? And she was like, oh, if Yahushua, she said the wrong name, but, you know, if Yahushua, the Messiah, was here right now, then a lot of you women would deny him. A lot of you women would not want to be, you know, have anything to do with him. But then you want to say, oh, Christ is my Lord. Christ is my husband. Yeah, okay. Heavy, man, heavy. Last days. All right, so the Lord talked about how in the prophecies they're going to be sparing, and they're going to be like madmen. They're not going to be sparing nobody. They'll just be killing everybody lawlessly. The Lord said you're going to see more evils in the future than what you see right now. So it's going to get worse. A time like never before. You know, we don't just be saying the devil's coming down in great wrath for no reason. It's because they know they have a short time. Their kingdom is being dissolved. Their kingdom is coming to an end. So they're trying to destroy all Israel and inherit the earth. But they're not going to fulfill. They're not going to complete. They're not going to win. Right? Sirach 21:4. To terrify and do wrong will waste riches. Let me read that again. To terrify and do wrong will waste riches. Thus the house of the proud men shall be made desolate. Heavy. See, the house of proud men shall be made desolate. So when you're a part of the houses of proud men, of heathens, of people of the world, right? The Lord said the prophets, they don't dwell in king's houses. They don't have, you know, all this, you know, name brand, you know, worldly stuff, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. No, man, that's their corruptible crown. That's their reward. You know what I'm saying? Sirach 17:12, he made an everlasting covenant with them. Who's the them? The Israelites, us, and the elect primarily, and showed them his judgments. So, Lord, we're seeing his judgments in these last days. Right? Sirach 16:26, the works of the Lord are done in judgment from the beginning, and from the time he made them, he disposed of parts thereof. So, we're seeing these parts, all these parts coming together of the Lord's judgment. Mashapayim, upon all of our enemies and those that hate us and don't want us to do good, don't want us to be good and be happy and be healthy and be, you know, have good family and good land and etc., etc. The curses are falling upon them and their whole lineage, the whole bloodline. Heavy, man. So the Lord said how they're going to be like madmen, sparing none, and still spoiling those that fear the Lord. This is what 2 Ezra is going to close out here. 2 Ezra 16 in verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling, destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You see, cast us out of our house, man. Cast us out. This is why the Lord said in Hebrews, let us suffer without the camp. Let us suffer without the house, outside, out of the world, out of the matrix, out of the system. Let us suffer without. Says they shall cast them out of their houses. We're to be kicked out of our homes. That's happened to me already, and it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen even more and more until we're up out of here. This is not our rest, man. This is not our mansion. This is not our house. It's not our economy. It's not our inheritance. This is not our blessing. This is our departure. This is us leaving. This is us finishing our war. You know, it says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as a gold in the fire. So you want to talk about, oh, I'm chosen, the chosen ones, we're chosen. A lot of people ain't chosen, and they saying they're chosen. But it's gonna be proven now, man. Most that prove all things. So the ones that's going to step up to the plate, and it's gonna be proven. That's not just social media and for clout and for likes and being viewed, seen of men. It's about to be witnessed and seen, man. Lord said that the glory of the Lord shall come upon thee, you know. So that's what's taking place now, man. So with that, All praises, glory, honor, and fitty, how Bashim Yahushua, Baharakak Wadash. We're in the last days. Gird up your loins like a man. Alright? Stand up and be strong in the faith. You know? Shalom and Baba Ball. Repent.